One step.
Delta Alpha 24.
Oh.
Control to Delta Alpha 24. Can you hear me, Nick? Delta Alpha 24 receiving. There's been another handbag snatch in the high street, outside Horns. Can you get there as soon as possible?
No, good thing when you see it. That's your trouble.
Ah, the Wanderer returns. Finished all your personal business, Bellamy?
Yes, thank you, Sarge.
Good. In case you haven't heard, this morning we had another bag snatch. And Well,
just like last time, Sarge. No one saw a thing.
Well, I want you, Bellamy, to go through these regional crime reports and see if anything similar has cropped up anywhere else. I want times, dates, places, suspects. And if you can stop stuffing your face for 5 minutes, Fentress, let's have your great mind on this problem too, shall we? Yes, madam.
I've come to have a look at Philip's office.
Philip's office?
Ooh. Look at him, isn't he a great big lad? I can't think why he's not courting, though. Can you?
2 bob a head for a funeral tea. Well, he's not going to get much of a send-off for that. OK, Miss Braithwaite. Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow then. Ta-ra. What on earth is that?
Don't worry, it's dead and it's stuffed. And I'm giving you first refusal.
Are you? Well, you're getting it.
Why, do you want it?
Or what am I supposed to do with it?
Oh, you can hang it outside, change the name of the pub to the Fleece, you get instant publicity.
Claude!
I'm only asking £5 for it.
Oh, it stinks!
Well, of course it does. It's a bit damp. It'll soon dry out. Look, seeing as it's you, you can have it for 4.
Take it out.
You know your trouble. You've got no sense of adventure. I'll take 3.
Out!
I mean, you could dismantle it. Use it as a rug.
Claude, out! And a bath wouldn't do you any harm either.
So when did your dad phone?
When I got home from school. He's made a promise to go back again to the doctor tomorrow. I feel as if it's all my fault.
Well, it's not. Migraines can be caused by anything.
Yeah, it was funny how they only started when we got engaged.
Just wait and see what the doctor has to say. Gina?
Shampoo and set? This mangy old thing.
Why not? You do the same thing with your bodies.
Where'd it come from, any road?
House clearance. Only Braithwaite's.
Yeah, that was quick. You haven't been buried yet. I thought the sale wasn't till after the funeral.
It's not. They asked me to go and get rid of the rubbish. Seemed a bit silly, really. Chucking old Larry on the bonfire. Out of the way, he's got to be worth a few quid, isn't he? What do you think? Do you want to be offered? Shall I take her to see us?
I suppose so.
Good lad. I'll see you at the funeral, all right?
This thing's got fleas.
So have you now.
You found anything yet?
Pickering had 5 handbag snatches back in October, and Whitby had 3 in December.
And?
Well, all the victims seem to be middle-aged women who'd just drawn money out of a bank.
Sounds like the same bloke, then.
Or blokes. 2 men spotted running from the scene.
Stopped and questioned.
Nothing found, no charge.
Any names?
Robert Broadbent and Ian Murray.
Duster Murray, from Maltby. We don't want him on our patch, and that's for sure.
£50, Constable. £50. I'd just taken it out of the bank to buy a new suite. All my husband's overtime money.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Jackson. If you could just give us a description of the man.
Well, he was medium build. He had staring blue eyes. And he was wearing a hat. I'd know him again, I can tell you that.
Right. There you are.
Thanks. I'm sure Dr. Macmillan thinks I'm piling it on.
Of course he doesn't.
It's not my eyesight, Graham.
All the same, it's worth checking. Let me see the letter. Shall I ring the optician now?
No, I'll do it.
But we need an early appointment.
Graham, please, I said I'll do it. You get on back to the office.
See you at 6 then.
Graham, don't phone Joanna. I don't want her involved in this.
This is balmy, this is. We were nowhere near. In which case, we won't need to keep you long, will we?
This way, please.
Get off.
In fact, Mr. Murray, there's only one problem, really. The description of the man who stole the bag fits you like a glove. And as for you, I strongly advise you to cooperate, Bellamy. Take him inside, sit him down, and have a little chat.
Come on.
Ventris, Mrs. Jackson was sure she could identify Murray, was she?
Oh, positive, Sarge.
Good. Well, let's get an identity parade organised. Fast.
I'll ask you again, Mr. Broadbent. You and Murray were seen together in Ashfordley this morning. What were you doing? Oh, come on. Whatever happens, we're going to charge you. So what's the point of making life difficult for yourself?
It wasn't me. It was Duster.
It's PC Rowan, Mrs. Jackson, about your handbag.
Can I come in a minute?
My husband told me not to open the door to anyone, not after what's happened.
We've got 2 suspects down at the station. We wondered if you'd come in for an identity parade.
Well, this is more like it, Ventris. You'll be pleased to hear that one of our little beauties has just sung like a canary.
Nothing to do with him, mind. All the other man.
Sell his own grandmother scum like him. So with his statement and the identity parade, I think we're home and dry.
Mrs. Jackson won't do it, Sarge. I've just spent half an hour on her doorstep and she won't budge. Her husband doesn't want to press charges in case of reprisals.
Well, that's it. If she won't identify them, we've got no evidence.
We have. We've got Broadbent.
That's no good.
Yeah, but we know he did it. I've got it in writing with his signature. He told me Murray done it.
The evidence of an accomplice is no good in court, not unless it's corroborated.
So even though we know he did it, we're going to let him go?
Aye.
I don't believe this.
I thought you boys needed feeding up a bit.
Bellamy.
They look nice.
My speciality, mate.
Just keep your relatives under control, will you? This is a police station, not a social club.
Go ahead.
Rowan, tell that pair in there they're free to go.
This is the life, Philip, eh?
Yeah. Go and listen. Thanks for bringing in the cakes and everything.
Oh, it's a pleasure. I'll bring some every day if you like.
What I'm trying to say is... well, it's lovely having you live so near.
Ah, it is from me, you know.
But, you must stop popping into the police station. It's not me, it's Sergeant Blayton. Doesn't like it.
There's no reply.
Well, don't worry, they've probably popped out or something.
Dad promised to ring the minute they got back from the doctor's.
Come and have your supper, Joe. If there was any news, they'd be in touch.
I suppose so.
That nice?
So, Oscar's put his foot down, has he?
Yeah, Phil had to tell his gran not to come in anymore.
Oh. And she was so enjoying being able to pop in. Who on earth's that? Are you local policeman?
Yes.
We're trying to trace a Mr. Claude Jeremiah Greengrass.
Hello, Mrs. Bellamy. How are you settling in?
It's grand, thanks, but I can't stop because I'm on urgent business.
Oh, yes?
I've been a very foolish old woman and I've got to make amends. But I'm not telling you any more because it's a secret.
Why did nobody tell me? I didn't know till I got here. Who done it? I found these. Oh, bloody well kill them! Phil, we don't even know if it's the same men.
Of course it was.
Well, it could be anywhere. Shut up and keep your eyes peeled.
Now walk. We've got nothing to hide. Hey! What are we supposed to have done this time?
You've only put a frail old lady in hospital. Take it easy, Phil.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. You stand still, sir, please.
Come on, Red. Let the big policeman search you.
And not so much lip.
Just a minute.
Lord Jeremiah Greengrass.
He's gone out.
We've come for Father's sheep.
Sheep?
We know you've got it.
And we want it back.
You don't mean that old thing that we put out for rubbish, do you?
That old thing, Mr. Greengrass, was our father's prize ram. It sired nearly 1,000 lambs.
Well, at least it died happy then.
Don't try to be funny. Just tell us where it is.
I've sold it to an antique dealer.
Where?
In York. Yeah, Denton. Denton's a York.
This is getting monotonous. Right, search him again before you take him through. Hold on. Well, well, well. And what do we have here? Do you recognise this, Bellamy?
It's my grand, Sarge.
Oh, what's going on? You searched us in the street. It wasn't there then, and you know it. Ventris, take him down to the cells. That was never in my pocket.
Duster! I'm telling you.
Oh, good luck, lads. Now we found this, they can smoke all they like. We've got them.
How many more times? Do I have to tell you what's there?
Phil, okay, I know what you're going to say, but I've done it now. I want those two locked up properly this time, before they beat up any more old ladies. And I want you to change your notebook. You what? You didn't find the purse with the handbag, right? And we didn't search him on the street. Where you go? To the hospital, of course. She's my gran, Nick. You've got to do this for me.
Bit of luck finding that purse, wasn't it?
Yes. Yes, it was. Don't worry yourself, Gran.
It were all meant for you, Phil.
What was?
The money. I drew it out of the post office to give you. I wanted you to buy a nice little flat and settle down.
How much did you take out?
Everything.
What do you mean, everything?
All my savings. I don't need them, do I?
How much was in your handbag?
£600.
I'm sorry to turn up like this, but I was seeing a client in the area.
No, I'm glad you came. What did the doctor say about Mum?
He told her to see an optician.
An optician?
Yeah. She went this morning, but there's nothing wrong with her eyes. He thinks you ought to see a neurologist.
This is getting ridiculous. First an optician, then a neurologist. What on earth do they think's wrong with her?
I don't know.
Oh, don't look so worried, Dad. The more I think about it, the more I'm sure it must be down to stress.
If only you and your mother could get back on speaking terms.
I have tried, Dad.
I know, and she's a stubborn woman, but she does love you, Joe, very much. Will you try again? Just for me.
I was draft bureau. Arnold said so.
He may have said it, Auntie, but until we find the will, you can't have it.
Speak up!
I said... Why have Norma and Joan gone to York?
Huh?
Norma and Joan!
They don't deserve a penny.
Oh, Nick. Dad's been round.
Has he?
He says Mum has to see a neurologist. I mean, why? Why would she need to see a neurologist?
I'm sorry, Joe, I can't stop.
What?
Well, something's come up.
Well, I thought we were going out. It's just that Dad's got me really worried now.
Well, I've got to be in court first thing. I have to go through my notes. See you tomorrow.
I suppose so.
I'm sorry.
Is anything wrong?
No.
I don't mind telling you, it was terrifying. He come banging at the door and he barged straight in the kitchen. It's a good steady way, it's valuable.
You're living in cloud cuckoo land, Claude.
Oh, am I? Why do they want it back so badly then? Why are they good dashing straight off to York? All we've got to do is keep it in until after the funeral and they've all gone home.
How's that?
You could be the next Teasy Weezy.
How is she?
Not very well. They've just given her something to make her sleep. I found out how much they took. £600.
600?
Whole life savings. She got it out to give to me to buy a flat. It's practically my fault, isn't it?
Of course it isn't, Phil.
She was that upset when I ticked her off about coming into the station. I think she was trying to say sorry or something.
Phil.
It just really upsets me she's so poorly.
Phil. Look, I've got to go into court tomorrow and tell him what happened. That purse was never in his pocket, you know it wasn't.
I searched him in the street, he had nothing on him. He was in his pocket at the station. And you were in the back of the car with him. Come on, Phil, I'm not daft. But you're asking me to lie in court. I don't think I can. And they'll get away with it. It'll be like all the other times. We know it's them, and we just can't prove it. And they'll get away scot-free. I can't lie under oath. It's a white lie. A white lie to get justice. Stop being such a saint. It happens all the time. Well, not in my book, it doesn't. Well, you're not living in the real world, are you? Do you know what's going to happen to us if this ever got out? We'll be out of the falls faster than our feet could touch the ground. So you'd let an old lady lose her life savings, would you? Have her whole life ruined? But you're not thinking straight. I know she's your grandma. You're too right, she's my gran. And that's why I put the purse in Murray's pocket. Look, Phil. No, I'm sorry. There's such a thing as loyalty, you know. And there's such a thing as the truth. You're either for me or against me. If you want to stand up in court and shop a mate, well, that's up to you.
I swear by Almighty God that the evidence I shall give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
P.C. Rowan, you were, I believe, the arresting officer.
Yes.
Perhaps you could tell the court, in your own words, what happened. May he refer to his notes, your worships?
On Thursday, February the 10th, at 11:20 a.m., I received a call to attend a robbery at the old almshouses, Church Road, Ashfordley. Constable Bellamy was also in attendance. When I arrived, the victim, Mrs. Ethel Bellamy, was already being looked after by ambulance men.
There seems to be a lot of Bellamys.
Mrs. Bellamy is Constable Bellamy's grandmother, your worships.
I understand. Carry on.
There were no witnesses, but I found Mrs. Bellamy's handbag lying on the pavement across the road. There was no money in it. Constable Bellamy and myself gave chase and apprehended the two accused. We took them to Ashfordley Police Station, where Mrs. Bellamy's empty purse was found in Mr. Murray's jacket pocket.
Thank you, Constable.
I would just like to clarify this business of the purse. You see, I'm somewhat confused. Are we talking about a handbag or a purse that goes in a handbag?
A purse, sir. The handbag was found on the pavement.
I see. And the purse? Well, just tell me again.
Yeah, the purse was found in Mr. Murray's pocket, like I said.
That's a lie. He put it there.
Mr. Murray, now if you can't keep quiet, you'll be sent back down to the cells.
You say you found the purse during a search at the police station?
Yes, sir.
So you didn't search either man when you caught up with them in the street?
I didn't find the purse then, sir, no.
Ah, well, that's not quite what I asked, though, is it? Did you or did you not search the accused men when you first found them?
I'm sorry, I don't remember.
Surely, after a robbery, this would have been routine procedure, would it not?
Yes, sir.
So you must have, mustn't you?
Yes, sir.
So did you find the purse in his pocket then?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure?
I'm sorry, my notes seem to be a bit muddled.
This only happened yesterday. How can you possibly not be sure?
What's the matter with you, Constable? Did you have a late night or something?
No, your worships. I'm sorry.
We'll adjourn for 5 minutes while we wait for the constable to get his notes in order.
Just answer me in a word of one syllable. Did you plant that purse in Murray's pocket? Did you? You're a fool, Bellamy.
You're a stupid fool.
1:30 sharp at the parlour, Claude, to help lift Mr. Braithwaite.
I'll be there if I've got any back left. Ooh.
You may step down from the witness box, Constable. Mr. Murray and Mr. Broadbent, as the matter of the purse cannot now be verified, I'm dismissing the charge against you.
Hey!
On the grounds of insufficient evidence. You may go. We'll move on to case number 6 on the list, please. At another time, Sergeant Blaketon, the bench would appreciate it if its time was not wasted on ill-prepared police prosecutions.
Yes, sir.
It's all right, Mr. Greengrass. We know you're there.
I'll just... hello.
There was no stuffed sheep in York.
No, never had been.
So where is it, Mr. Greengrass?
I told you.
Rubbish!
I'm sorry, you must have gone to the wrong shop.
You're lying, Mr. Greengrass!
Hey, steady.
You're lying!
I'm sorry, ladies, I've got to get to the funeral. Will you get up?
Leave
get up.
You're playing at. Leave, Joan, leave it. We're not getting anywhere like this. I think it's time for a change of tactics.
£600. Found behind a wall in Potter's Lane. Handed in by a member of the public. An honest citizen. What you two did was despicable.
Sarge.
Despicable, deceitful, and dishonourable.
Wasn't Nick, Sarge.
But for the fact that Rowan fluffed it in the witness box, there would have been a serious miscarriage of justice. Do you understand?
Yes, Sarge.
Our police regulations demand that I report this matter immediately to the superintendent. I could have you two kicked out of the force as of now. I'll speak to you later, Bellamy.
It was me. It wasn't Nick. He didn't want any part of it.
Get out! Well, I thought I knew you, Nick. 10 years on the force. Just passed your sergeant's exams. About to get married. You knew Bellamy had planted that purse, didn't you?
Yes, Sarge.
And you decided to go along with it.
It wasn't...
Did you, or did you not go along with it?
Yes, Sarge.
Why? Why throw your whole career away?
I didn't know what to do, Sarge.
What you do at all times is tell the truth. In the police force and in life in general. Otherwise, things have a nasty habit of falling apart. Like they are now. I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed and disappointed. Now get out of my sight.
What's going to happen, Sarge?
Send Ventris in.
Alf?
What on earth's going on?
Nothing.
Sarge?
Well, you seem to be the only sensible man I've got round here, so we'll work on this together. If we can't do 'em for Mrs. Bellamy, we'll go back and we'll try Mrs. Jackson again.
What did he say, Nick? Is he going to report us or not?
I don't know.
Crying out loud, Claude, I said 1:30.
Don't start, I couldn't help it.
Oh, Lord, they're here. I've not even got him in his box yet.
What's this doing here?
Put that down.
They mustn't see this.
You've got to help me with Mr. Braithwaite.
Well, where is he?
Mr. Greengrass!
Put it in the cold store.
Open this door!
Give us a hand. Get his legs down. Get him in, get him in. Mind yourself.
Scrapes, will you let us in?
I thought we were having a viewing, Mr. Scripps.
You'd best not, sir.
Goodbye, Father.
Right, sir, if you'd just like to take the women folk to the cars.
Oh, no. We're going to carry him, Mr. Scripps. It's the least we can do. Gentlemen.
Ladies, come through, gentlemen. Take the top end. Bottom to... Hang on,
If you just leave this to me.
All right. Ready?
Nick?
Go! Straighten out. Right. Oh, hang on. Wait a minute. Right. We'll turn around, gentlemen. We'll turn to the right. That's grand. That's lovely. Right. Good.
He ain't heavy. He's my brother.
Well, they're getting more violent, Mrs. Jackson. The latest victim's an old lady of 80. She was terrified out of her wits. Now, please, think again.
I am, Mr. Blaketon, I am. But I don't want to get on the wrong side of those men. It's just not safe.
Well, none of us are safe, are we, Mrs. Jackson? Not with those villains on the loose. And you're the only person to get a good look at them.
I only saw one man.
One would be enough.
Throttle you, Claude Greengrass. What am I going to do about Mr. Braithwaite?
I'll think of something.
You'd better. If this comes out, it'll be the end of my funeral business. And you'll be responsible.
So, have you seen this neurologist yet?
No. I suppose your daddy told you, did he?
Yes, he did.
Well, I think you've got enough on your plate without worrying about me.
Oh, don't be silly, Mum. If you're not well, I want to know about it. Oh, come on, we haven't spoken for weeks. Can't we be friends again?
Cake or biscuits?
Mum, please just sit down a minute. We've got to talk. Ever since Nick and I got engaged, you've been like this. I really, really don't want to quarrel.
Well, you know what to do then if you want us to be friends.
All right, then. I promise not to make any wedding plans till you're better. Does that help?
Your father and I did our very best for you, Jo.
Mum, please.
Ballet lessons, piano lessons, expensive schools, college.
And we did not expect all that hard work and effort to be thrown away on a village bobby.
Mum!
No. You asked me to talk, so let me finish. Nick is not the right man for you, and that's all there is to it. The right man will be quite different.
Nick is the right man for me. I love him.
For a start, he'd have decent job prospects.
Nick's got decent job prospects.
Decent salary. He'd talk properly.
What?
And he'd have parents that could bear to meet.
I am not staying to hear this.
And once you've got over this stupid infatuation, you'll see that I'm right. Nick's a nice enough boy, but mixed marriages do not work.
I don't believe you just said that.
He's not your sort, Joe. And if you marry him, you'll be making the biggest mistake of your life.
Ready, Sarge?
Oh, dear.
There's no rush, Mrs. Jackson. Just take your time. Follow me. Door. Well done, Ventris.
Still no sign of the will, then?
No.
We've searched high and low for it.
We think he died intestate. Time to find Mr. Greengrass, Joan.
Our time.
Apparently, he died intestate.
Huh?
Intestate!
Well, I'm still having bureau.
Well, it couldn't be better. Robbery was good enough, but now we can charge him for assaulting a police officer. He's in the cell, is he?
Yes, Sarge.
Good. Up before the bench in the morning, and by this time tomorrow, he'll be banged up on remand, with a nice little custodial sentence to follow. So we've got him, at last. You two. In my office, tomorrow morning, first thing.
Hey, careful, you don't have to stamp it down so hard. It might want to come up now and again and do a bit of haunting. Look out. Come out. Oh, no. Here. Here's a tanner. Hop off out of it. Go on, I'll finish this. Look, lady, how many times do I have to tell you? I haven't got your flaming sheep. What's going on?
Can you keep a secret, Mr. Greengrass?
Well, if there's a fee involved, yeah.
Good, because we've found Father's will.
And there's money in it. Father's little treasure trove.
In cash.
So if you tell us where the sheep is, some of it'll go to you.
Provided you keep your trap shut.
Shut, it'll be welded. Where is it then, this money?
Guess.
Oh, well, just leave it to me.
Well, that's Katie off. When do you expect Joe back?
I'm not sure.
Are you all right, Nick?
Yeah.
It's just that you seem rather, I don't know, preoccupied.
No, I'm fine.
Is it about Jo and her mother?
No.
Because if it is, I really wouldn't worry.
I wouldn't dream of saying this in front of Joe, but Mrs. Weston really does sound the most dreadful snob, and I'm sure that's at the root of it.
Eileen.
Once she gets to know you properly...
Eileen, I'm not worried about Joe's mum. I've had a bad day, that's all.
Can I help?
It's about work.
I see.
I'm sorry, I can't tell you anymore.
Right.
And don't say anything to Jo. She's got enough to worry about. How was it?
Terrible. I really dislike my mother sometimes. Oh, hello.
Bury my body, Lord, I don't care where say. Bury my body, Lord, I don't care where say. Bury my body, 'cause my soul is gonna live with God. Oh, yeah. Bury my body, Lord, I don't care where say.
Put it out, you fool. You'll have the whole village after us.
Bury my body, 'cause my soul is gonna live with God.
Well, I'm off. If I were you, Joe, I'd try and put all those things your mother said to you right out of your mind.
It's not that easy, Eileen.
When people are ill, they lash out. I'm sure she didn't mean any of it. Good night.
Night, Eileen.
Night.
Try not to worry. Both of you.
It's all very well me excusing Mum everything, but Eileen didn't hear what she said to me.
Yeah, well, she's probably right, though. It could be the headaches that are making her so touchy.
Touchy? It was a lot more than just touchy, Nick. She was extremely offensive.
Well, I'm sure it will sort itself out.
What's that supposed to mean?
What?
You're not listening to anything I say.
Of course I am.
Well, you don't seem to be. You've been miles away ever since I came in.
No, I haven't.
Yes, you have.
I haven't. Ladiesville Police. Hey? Right. Yeah. Okay. That was the vicar. He thinks he's seen grave robbers.
You're not having second thoughts, are you, Nick, about us?
Don't be silly. You might have in the morning, though.
What?
Nothing.
Claude? Nick, I know this probably looks a bit suspicious, but there's a logical explanation.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, I'm waiting.
What? Oh, yeah, well, it probably sounds a bit daft, but what happened was I left this here when I was digging a grave early, and then all of a sudden I remembered it, so I thought I'd better come and get it.
What, this time of night?
Well, I thought somebody might trip over it.
You needed it urgently, did you?
Yeah.
You're not up to anything, are you, Claude?
Don't talk daft, I wouldn't still be here, would I? Hang on a minute here.
Give it to me.
Maybe this. Hang on, what's this? Hang on.
A farthing?
Yeah, there's something written here. Greed has its own reward. Divide it between you.
Right, Paintress. Give that jacket a brush and give those shoes a polish. We're going to make a good impression in that courtroom this morning, come what may. My office.
So what's going to happen then, Sarge?
Just this once. And only because no harm has been done, I've decided to take this matter no further. Don't thank me, Rowan. Thank your lucky stars. And as for you, Bellamy, words fail me.
I'm sorry.
Somebody handed it in, Sarge. Found it in the road.